Hi, today we're talking to Mr. Ryan Lesniak. He's a high school teacher at Archer High School in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And I was just going to ask you, Mr. Lesniak, is there any technologies y'all have in your classrooms that y'all are using today?
Yeah, on a day-to-day basis, we have 15 desktop stations in the classroom. We also have multiple laptop carts in our school that we can check out. So, for instance, I have about 31 or 32 kids in each class. I check out a laptop cart today. It was 16 laptops, and I have my 15 desktop stations. So we use the computers on a routine basis to do different projects, hands-on activities, try to keep the students very engaged in the learning process, and we have some other tools as well.
Um, you told me earlier about this net support that y'all use when you're trying to give a lesson to the kids. Could you tell us a little bit about that? And in general, do you
Yeah,
think these technologies are helpful to the kids?
yeah, net support just came out this year. I just got it a few days ago, and it is a powerful, powerful tool. What it allows me as the proctor of the class to see every computer screen at one time. I'll have a grid of computer screens on my monitor, and I can click on each individual student's screen and pull it up. If they're on an inappropriate website, I can block the website. If I want them to be just on Microsoft Word that day, I can disable the internet completely. If I want to go up to the front of the class and lecture like I did today, I can black out all their screens so their monitors won't come on. Um, from a teaching standpoint, that's more of a classroom management standpoint. But from a teaching standpoint, if I want to walk through something on my monitor, I can click a play button and it'll broadcast my monitor out to all their monitors. And when I broadcast out to their monitors, they will see everything that I'm doing on my laptop. So that's going to be a pretty powerful tool, and it also has an interactive whiteboard. I just haven't had time to mess with that, but it has an interactive whiteboard where I'll be able to do similar things, broadcast whatever I'm doing on my laptop through a whiteboard onto theirs.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Now, you told me also the smart slate that y'all have in your classroom. You told me you have it, and it's a great tool. You have your LCD screen mounted to your wall. What did they
Yeah.
give you the training for it, or are they pretty much just throwing you to the wolves with these things? Because that's one of the main concerns I would have when they come out with
Yeah.
these new technologies.
Yeah, I got in the middle of the year. So I think, there may be some seminars and stuff in the summer, but I got mine in October. And it came in and they said, here it is, and they handed me a box and with some wires and has a little Bluetooth piece, and I didn't have a clue. My technology support technician, we have a TST in the school, and he's in charge of all the hardware and installations and whatnot. He came by and showed me how to use the Bluetooth, and that's about as far as I got. He didn't show me all the power of this thing. It's made by Smart Products, who makes smart boards. So there's a ton of tools out there, and there's a bunch of templates and stuff, but they're online, and I got to go dig through them still. And that's going to be a whole other project for this summer. But the training or lack thereof in this case was go talk to this teacher, this math teacher. She's the one that piloted it. She's the one that's an expert in the school. But I feel uncomfortable as a professional going to ask somebody else in their free time when they're grading papers or they're teaching a class or they're on their planning period. I have a hard time asking somebody else to teach me something. So I've used it 2 or 3 times in several months. It's a very, very powerful tool. You can hand this slate. It's like about the size of an iPad. You can hand the slate to the students and have them answer questions. You can write on it without having to lose eye contact with your students. So it's very powerful. When when I taught accounting my first year back in 2002, I had the old school overhead projector, or I would have to write on the whiteboard. And I felt like every time I wrote on the whiteboard, I would lose eye contact with the students, And when I did that, I would not know when they weren't understanding the topic. So I feel like when I get the ability to use the smart slate more and being able to make eye contact with kids, I'll be able to tell when they're confused and when they're not.
Okay. And last question: do you think that the technologies they're coming out with, are they helpful to the students, or are they more of a drag on the teachers? I mean, is it good for us? Is that the way we need to go?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, if you look at our generation, everything is touchscreen and click and go and internet based, web browsers on your cell phones, iPad touch or iPads, iPod touches. These kids want to do things. They don't want somebody to stand up there and lecture to them. I try to keep my lectures to about a 20-minute dose. I try not to lecture for 40, 45, or 50, or 53 minutes. That's our class length. I like to lecture for 20 minutes and then integrate technology in the classroom. The only way you can, I feel like in this day and age with these kids, is to keep them engaged. And the only way to keep them engaged right now, the best way to keep them engaged is through technology. But I guess, like you pointed out, if we're not properly trained or we don't know how to use the power of this technology, then we're really not going to be fully engaging the students either to the extent that we could. So proper training coupled with the proper technology, I think leads to maximum student engagement, student interaction, which will then lead to those results that we're searching for.
All right. Well, thank you for your time there, Mr. Lesniak, and we appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.